Hello, Lauren Phelps here. I have to say that I have missed doing Facebook Live, so I'm back. I don't know if it'll be every day, but it is going to be a lot more than it has been lately. I totally missed y'all. So when you hop on, tell me hi, and so I know you're here. I wanted to share some about the last event that I attended in West Palm Beach. It was Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within. That is the one where people walk on fire. What? Every time I tell people that, they're like, oh my God, like that's so scary. Like you shouldn't do that. And so it was my fourth time. I've been once as a participant and 3 times as a crew member, and crew members also get to walk on fire. And this time I had a job that I had never had before. And my job was to be like the second person before you get to walk on the fire. And I got to see every face and every type of reaction going on. There were some people that were like, let me to the front, I'm walking on this fire. And there were other people that were like, kept letting people go in front of them. They weren't ready. They didn't want to go. They weren't sure they wanted to go. And then there were people, everywhere in between. People like asking me questions like, okay, what's it going to be like? And like peeking out to see other people do it. And it was just a really cool experience to be at that place in the line, because there are a lot of life lessons that you can learn from noticing yourself in the different things that you're doing. So you can notice if you're doing something scary, something you've never done before. Maybe it's not that big a deal, but you've just never done it before. You can learn a lot about yourself. So if you're somebody that is like charging toward the fire, you're like, I'm doing this, I got this. You're probably like that in many areas of your life. And so you are like always up for a challenge, and that's a pretty cool trait. There's pros and cons to all of them, obviously. But if you're somebody that's like really shy, like, and you're not sure and you got to know all these facts and it takes you a long time to do it, you're probably doing that in other areas of your life too. So when I say like learn from your life, it's really simple to be like learn from your mistakes, like learn from lessons, like you can have an experience and then learn from it. But you can also look at it and say, where else am I doing this? So if I'm shy, hesitant to take on something that I've never done before because it might be scary and I don't know what's going to happen and I don't have any certainty about it, where else are you doing that? Are you doing that in your relationships? Are you doing that in your career? Are you doing that like with your self-esteem? Like where else is that showing up? Because it's probably showing up somewhere else. So if you stop and ask yourself that question, like have a cool experience the next day or that night before you go to sleep, like do a little journal of how did I show up in this experience and how else does that show up in my life and what can I learn from that to move forward? Does that make sense? Will you comment below if that makes sense? I thought it was very powerful. I heard people ask questions like this several times throughout the weekend, and I was like, gosh, that's so true. Like I totally act this way in another area, and that might be holding me back, or it might be really good and I should keep doing it. So it's just the more you have awareness of what you're like and what your patterns are like, the more you can mold it to fit what is going to be your best life. Because don't we want our best life? Yes, we do. We want our best life. So I hope that helps you. I'd love to know your feedback. If there was a situation that popped into your head, just send me a message. I want to know what it was and how you feel that it shows up in your life other places, and if it's good or bad, what you're going to do about it. I love to chat with you about it. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.